It is decision time for the New York Football Giants and Joe Schoen when it comes to Kayvon Thibodeaux and his fifth-year option. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. On today's video, I'm going to give you my opinion on if the Giants should pick up or decline Kayvon's fifth-year option. Reminder, all players selected in the first round of the NFL Draft, they get a minimum of 4 years guaranteed on their rookie deal. And that fifth year, it is a team option. They could pick it up or decline it. And the money that is involved with Kayvon on that fifth-year option is $16.1 million. And that's no small chunk of change. That would rank pretty high for the 2026 cap hits and average annual value of defensive ends and pass rushers, which we'll talk about in a second. Dan Duggan of The Athletic believes the Giants are most likely to pick this up, saying the Giants will need to decide on Thibodeaux's $16.1 million for 2026 this offseason. That's a tricky decision, but expect this regime to pick it up as the option for Kayvon, as he was their first pick. And he was the number 5 overall selection, the first pick that Joe Schoen made, the first pick under Brian Daboll. And look, Kayvon has had some really nice moments in the NFL. I mean, the way he played in his rookie year on Sunday Night Football, primetime doesn't like me, I like primetime. We all love that quote. Kayvon was great in his rookie year against the Dallas Cowboys. Missed some time, though. Then he missed some time this past year. Then he had 11 and a half sacks in the year in between. Should they pick up the 24-year-old's option? Let's start with this compared to the rest of the NFL, because we could say $16.1 million, but really what does that mean at the end of the world? So in 2026, I went and looked at the highest average annual value of edge rushers. And $16.1 million, that would make Kayvon Thibodeaux the 18th highest paid edge in the NFL. These numbers will change as more extensions and contracts come to an agreement. This is all we got right now. I also thought it would be important to look at the cap hit for 2026 when you're talking about edge rushers. And it falls in a similar ballpark. It's a one-year deal. It's a one-year option. It's going to be fully guaranteed, and that is what the cap money would be. And that would make Kayvon the 18th or 19th highest paid edge. So that $16.1 million figure, that would be top 20 edge money in the NFL. And to be honest with you, I do not think that Kayvon Thibodeaux, at this moment, for what he's done on the field, for the stats he's put up, and the production that he has had, he's not a top 20 edge. So therefore, I don't really feel comfortable paying him top 20 edge money. Remember, this isn't a quarterback position where only one quarterback plays and there's only 32 QBs to look at. There's 2 edges on every team. There's 64 edges. I'm not sure that he is considered a top 20 edge in the NFL. Look, he's had some big moments in the league. He's had some other moments where he's put up multiple games of 0 tackles, 0 pressures, 0 sacks, zeros across the board, Tony Snell style. This year, missed 5 games, 5.5 sacks, but I thought he was solid, and I thought he was starting to come along a little bit. And the way that I could put that into perspective is 40 pressures his rookie year, 43 his second year, and this year, in the least amount of games played in an NFL season, he had 38 pressures. He was really good, I thought, in that second year with 11.5 sacks, but some of those sacks came up against backup offensive tackles. Some of those sacks were coverage sacks. So I'm not going to just fall in love with double-digit sack seasons, and he was a no-show really in both playoff games. When you look at his career Pro Football Focus grades, when you talk about pass rush, when you talk about run defense, he's never really been rated at the top of the league. His pass rush grade his rookie year, he was ranked 53rd out of 203 qualifying edges. His run defensive grade, 40th out of 203. His second season, he was rated as the 93rd when it comes to pass rush, despite 11.5 sacks. That's what I'm talking about. And then his run defense grade, he was rated as a bottom 50 edge rusher, 148 out of 197. This year's best in the league, he was 35th overall in pass rush grade and 69th out of run defense grade. When you talk about his career pass rush win rate, in 2024, it was the best of his career. 10.6% of the time when he got after the quarterback and had a pass rushing set snap, he won that 10.6% of the time. To put that into context, the 20th highest rated pass rush win rate out of edge rushers this year was 16%. So he is 6% behind the 20th best last year, 8.2. Not good at all. 9.6, even worse. PFF has come up with a new stat called PRP. The definition of this stat is a formula that combines sacks, hits, in hurries relative to how many times they rush the passer. So a fancy way of saying pass rush win rate. This one's from PFF. He ranked 27th in 2024, 31st in 2023, and 42nd. So his best year this year, and he was decent in 2023, but none of these numbers tell me really he is worth top 20 edge money. Best statistic to go for with him, though, is this one, 10.2 in his PRP score, 27th best in the NFL. I want to hear from you. What would you do with Kayvon Thibodeaux's fifth-year option? Type P for pickup, D for decline. I've got more thoughts on this coming up in a second. But first, let me know, and I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, Game Time. Game Time is the best ticketing app on the market, and when you use our promo code ChatSports, you get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get the best seats for the lowest price, guaranteed. Prices actually drop as the events get closer. Game Time specializes in last-minute tickets. Also, the app is super user-friendly. You get to see your seat view in the app. You get to access your tickets from your phone. And they have awesome features like Game Time Picks and all-in pricing. Use the Game Time Picks feature. Makes it that much more easy to go see your favorite team perform. And the all-in pricing feature, that way the price you see is the price you pay, and you don't get hit with hidden fees when you get to checkout. It's more than just NBA games. It's more than just NFL games. You can go to concerts, you can go to theater events, and so much more. So if you're looking to get tickets to any event coming up this spring or summer, the best place to do it is Game Time. And we're going to save you $20 with the promo code ChatSports on your first purchase where terms do apply. So what are you waiting for? Download the app, create an account, use that promo code ChatSports, that's CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. For me, I would decline Kayvon Thibodeaux's fifth-year option if I have not already made that clear. And it's not because I don't think Kayvon is good. It's not because I think Kayvon is a bust. It's not because I think Kayvon Thibodeaux will never be good. $16.1 million for Kayvon Thibodeaux is a lot of money. Think about it like this. The New York Giants declined to pay Saquon Barkley $10 million. Saquon Barkley is 3 times the running back that Kayvon Thibodeaux is the edge rusher. And I know the positions have different price tags. Premium positions like edge rusher are going to get more. But $16.1 million, top 20 edge money for a guy that's never been looked at as a top 32 edge rusher, I just really don't see it. And I think Kayvon Thibodeaux could use the motivation from the general manager, from this front office to say, hey, what you did when you were the number 1 high school player in the country, it doesn't matter. What you did as a freshman at Oregon, it doesn't matter. The NFL is where production gets you to your price point. It's not hype. It's not potential. It's not none of that. It's what do you do in between the white lines. And while Kayvon Thibodeaux, I thought, has played solid as a rookie 3 years ago, hasn't earned $16.1 million per year. I tweeted this out. I would decline Kayvon Thibodeaux's fifth-year option at $16.1 million and make him prove in year 4 he is worth that kind of money. If he plays well, then you pay him via an extension. And there was guys like John M. Smith and many others who said, oh, yeah, we did that with Daniel Jones and see how that worked out. He played really well after we declined his fifth-year option, and then he stunk. I'll tell you this much. I know this for a fact. Daniel Jones was pissed the hell off that his fifth-year option got declined. He put in more work than he ever had. He had motivation, and he played pissed off, and he had his best year yet. I think Kayvon could use a kick in the butt. I think he could have some fuel thrown onto the fire. And I don't think it's fair to compare a quarterback on a one-year contract to an edge rusher, because you can fake it until you make it at the quarterback spot. If you're a good edge rusher, you're a good edge rusher. You either know how to get after the passer or you don't. You can't fake the funk at edge. You can at quarterback with a good O-line, with a good running back, good play caller, good weapons. Not saying TJ had that thing, just telling you how I believe that could work out. And for all the people that are saying, Marshall, so what, we're going to decline his fifth-year option? And then what, when he balls out in year 4, we're going to have to pay him? Yeah, that's a great problem to have. I would love for Kayvon Thibodeaux to have a breakout year in year 4, and the Giants are forced to pay him. And let's say this. You don't decline his fifth-year option. You pick it up. You know what's going to happen if he plays great in year 4? You know what happens when rookies play great after year 4? I want my extension now. I want my money now. I don't want to go play on a one-year deal. I don't want to play with no long-term security. So for all the people that tweeted at me, Marshall, we're not going to have him long-term if we do this. Marshall, if he plays great in year 4, we're screwed. We're going to have to overpay him. Whether you pick up the option or not, if he performs well in year 4, you know what Kayvon Thibodeaux is going to say? Bring me the money. and I think a kick in the butt, and let him know that it's not just all going to be gifted to you, it could be good for Thibodeaux. At the end of the day, he's got one of the easiest jobs in the NFL. You got Dexter Lawrence inside of you, and you got Brian Burns on the other side of the edge. This guy's getting blocked by 2 every time. They're sliding the protection of Brian Burns. You are one-on-one with the worst tackle on every team every single week. I need Kayvon Thibodeaux to step it up. I know he could be great. I know he can. He hasn't done it yet. Another reason I would decline the option is he really didn't play that much better than Azeez Ojulari when he was on the football field this year. Kayvon Thibodeaux and Azeez, both 28 tackles. 7 tackles for loss for Azeez, 8 tackles for loss for Kayvon. More sacks for Azeez. Less pressures, but far less pass rushing snaps. 358 pass rush snaps for Thibodeaux, 38 pressures. 196 pass rush snaps for Azeez Ojulari, and 22 pressures. Look, we all want Kayvon to be great. Fastest way to be good in the NFL is to have your first-round picks be studs. The Giants need him to be a stud. They need him to take a step. But, are we just going to give him $16 million this offseason and say, what you've done so far is good enough to earn that money? I don't agree with that. Make him earn it. I want him to be great. We need him to be great. You are a New York Football Giant. The core, the backbone, the life, the blood of the Giants. Pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher. When this team was great, they controlled the line of scrimmage. They got after the quarterback. You could never have enough pass rushers. They need him to be one of the top dogs. I think he can be a good player. I saw it in a game on Sunday Night Football his rookie year. He dominated. I saw a game on Thanksgiving where he didn't register a sack, but he was in the backfield making play after play and making life hell for the Dallas Cowboys. I needed it more often, though. I can't have games and stretches of you putting up Tony Snell-like stats, 0, 0, 0, 0 across the board. I want Kayvon to be a Giant. I want him here long term. But I can't pay him for what he's done, $16 million. You play well this year, you can get a huge contract. And it would be a great problem to have to pay Kayvon Thibodeaux a lot of money because he earned it. And he put together an awesome 2025 campaign. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG. Both handles are the same on both platforms. So hit me up. Let's go Big Blue.